Hello friends, welcome back to the LFX online tutorial. My name is Master Jafet and today we'll be treating the direct variation. Firstly, what is variation? Variation is simply a relationship between quantities where a change in one does what? Cause a change in another. So most times we try to solve variation by connecting equation. So and this equation show their proportionality. So in simple words, everything in life has what is connected by. So for instance, if you move faster, you are going to get to a distance quick. So the distance becomes shorter. So if you get richer, you will live a better life. If you don't study, you fail. All these are all connected by what a level of proportionality. And the more you study, the higher chances of what getting a good result. The less you study, the higher chances of what getting a poor result. So all everything in life is connected by a level of proportionality. There are types of variation. The first type of variation we have is direct variation, and yes, that's the topic we are going to be dealing on today. Direct variation. Another type of variation is inverse variation. So we also have joint variation, and lastly we have partial variation. So quickly, let's go to direct variation. Let's see how direct variation is solved in mathematics for JAMB students. So the direct variation occurs when two quantities increase or decrease in the same ratio. So for instance, let's say we have x varies directly as y, or x is directly proportional to y. So this is how it is mathematically written: x directly proportional to y. So and here we introduce the constant of proportionality by changing this into equals to k. Very easy. Anytime you see this proportionality, we use it to introduce the constant of proportionality. So we'll be having x equals to ky. So with this, we can derive the constant of proportionality. That is the ratio at which x and y is connected. So for every increase in x, y increases at this ratio, and for every decrease in x, y decreases at this ratio. And so if we have x equals to ky, definitely we are going to have, when we divide both sides by y, we're going to have our k equals to what? X over y. That is, our y cancel out, we'll be left with what? X over y. And with this, we'll be able to get our constant of proportionality. Let's quickly dive into questions. Okay, the question says P varies directly as Q when P equals 2, Q equals 10. Find the value of P when Q is 5. So we are going to simply follow the direct variation, what we just explained now. The first thing we need to do is to find the constant of proportionality. Quickly jot this question down so that we can carry on. First, they said P varies directly as Q. So this is the first thing we need to understand. This is the constant of proportionality. That P, now remember I said you have to remove this symbol with what equals to KQ. So we have P equals to what? KQ, and we are looking for this constant of proportionality. All we have to do is divide both sides by Q here, and we have what? Our K to give us what? P over Q. So now we know our K as what? P over Q. Recall that earlier they told us that P is what, 2, and Q is 10. So our constant of proportionality is what, 1/5. That is 2 here 1, 2 in 10, 5. So we could leave it that way. Now we know our K as what, 1/5. We just replace our K with what, 1/5. Now we have an equation like this. So instead of us writing K equals to P over Q, which we know already, we just say okay, instead we write 1/5 equals P over Q. Right? So this is the equation of the relationship between P and Q. Very easy. Now with this we can derive any other derivation or acting we are asked to find. So we are asked to find P when Q is 5. All we just have to do is replace Q here with 5, and we're having 1/5 equals P, which we are looking for, over our Q here is what, 5, correctly. So we could solve this. Mathematically, some people say cross multiply, which is also correct. Since 5 and 5 is at the denominator, we can just what, cancel out. We have our P equals to what, 1. So that's it. So when Q equals to 5, P equals to what, 1, we just found the answer to that question. So if for those who want to cross multiply, you can cross multiply. You have what, 1 times 5 here to give you 5, 5 times P to give you what, 5P. You still divide both sides by 5 again, and you still end up having what, P equals to what, 1. Okay, simply do this. Find Q when P equals to, find Q when P equals to 1, 2, 5. Drop your answer in the comment section.